How's it going? So normally I don't do streams like this, but I last night I finally saw the final episode of Dexter, and holy fucking shit, is it bad? I'm gonna turn down the music a bit. I'm gonna turn down everything a bit, just because I gotta talk about this. Oh my god, it's so bad. Uh, Jesus Christ. You could not have ended a, a series as fucking awesome as Dexter in such a bullshit cop out way. Oh my god. I'm still in shock after seeing it last night. I had to stay up for 2 hours last night to get that shit out of my head. Just wow. Oh my fucking god, it was horrible. So, okay, so let me explain what happens. Now, from now on, there is going to be spoilers. Like, just fucking spoilers. I'm gonna spoil the shit out of the final episode of Dexter. So, if you haven't seen it, in my opinion, don't go watch it. But if you haven't seen it, just don't even bother. Cause it's just fuck all. It's just fucking horrible. It's not worth it. But if you do want to see it, stop the video now. Obviously. Okay. So, if you've been watching the series at all, you know what happens. But basically, the last episode, Dexter's running away from the law and from everyone because he wants to start a new life, you know, which is fine. I get that part. Now, at the end of the previous episode, Dexter changed his ways and decided not to kill the brain surgeon. He decided that, oh, I can just leave it to the cops because I'm in love now and I want to change my whole life. It totally makes fucking sense because of the evolution of Season 8 and his character. So yeah, that was like the coolest part of that last episode, was that he decided, you know what, I don't need to kill you. I'm just going to let Miami Metro Homicide take you in. And he did. Oops, went the wrong place. He did. He let his sister Deborah take him down. So they had the brain surgeon strapped to this chair when Dexter decided that. So then this marshal that was, you know, basically following Dexter, trying to get his girlfriend Hannah McKay, just shows up out of fucking nowhere. I mean, yeah, they build it up, but it was just like, what the fuck? But anyways, he shows up, he goes into the same room as the brain surgeon. Of course, the brain surgeon says, oh my god, let me go. These people are crazy. And that was their first fucking mistake, because previously in that very same episode, Dexter released videos of the brain surgeon killing people. Now, obviously, a fucking marshal would have heard something like that, even if he wasn't in front of a TV when this was released to the public. His fucking office probably would have called him. Now, I can understand them playing that down because he was so obsessed he might have had all that shit turned off. And that's fine. However, they did not build that up at all. They were just like, fuck you. So yeah, it was just like a bunch of bullshit. But Anyway, so that happened. Okay, so this is where I am with this character. I couldn't remember. It's been a while. So, okay, so anyways, that out of the way. We're still on the previous episode. Okay, so Dexter gives the final kill to Deborah. So Deborah can call it in because she was just recently reinstated back into the police force, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so Deborah's gonna take the hit, but this fucking asshole Marshall shows up and lets the brain surgeon get away, and as he uncuffs him from the chair, of course the brain surgeon just stabs him and kills him, which even if you've never seen Dexter, you knew that was gonna happen. But I need a different weapon with these guys. Oh, and I'm dead. Doesn't really matter though. I'm just fucking around while I talk about Dexter. Oh yeah, and someone was about to invade me anyway, so. But anyways, so yeah, the fucking brain surgeon guy stabs him, kills him of course, and then grabs his gun. Deborah rushes in at that time. There's a shootout. Deborah gets shot in the side. Now it could have, getting shot in the side. I'm not a forensics expert or anything. Getting shot in the side, I mean, you could die from that. I mean, it's possible, but mostly, I'm just assuming. I'm assuming you wouldn't go into a coma because of this. Now, there's a specific reason I'm saying that. Which I'll touch on later. I'm assuming you would just die from loss of blood loss, because it's a pretty vital spot, right? And I use the word vital specifically. Actually, you know what? I'm kind of sick of this area, but anyways, so Deborah shoots the brain surgeon in the arm while she goes down. And yeah, so I mean, it's not like I mean, it's not a fatal shot like a one-shot kill, but she goes down. She calls she called for backup before, but now she's calling again because she's going down. All right. Okay, so they take her to the hospital. Now this, you could argue that this was their first fucking mistake. Like I understand what they were going for. They were gonna have Deborah die because it was gonna be like a sacrifice for all the bad shit that Dexter did. They were going to have her die as a sacrifice for all the stupid shit that Dexter did. Which is fine. But the problem with that bullshit was that they decided no. Sorry. Now I'm just trailing off. The problem with that is they were going to have Deborah pay for Dexter's mistakes after making a judgment call that he didn't want to kill the brain surgeon. He wanted the brain surgeon to be taken in by Miami Metro Homicide. And they fucking punished the audience and Deborah for that. Now, this is where things start to fucking teeter. Like the end of the episode was just like already teetering because of this decision. This horrible fucking decision, in my opinion. I don't know. There's probably people loyal to the series, and I'm loyal to the series too. I love Dexter. Now, I could have told you exactly where you could have ended the entire series. There is a shot, because when they show up to this warehouse, it's dark outside. Now, in the shot, they should have left out the marshal. They should have left that shit out because there was no reason that the marshal needed to be there. It's just a linking point to when Deborah gets shot. So they didn't need that. And then Dexter makes his decision. He's not going to kill him. He's going to go with his wife to a different country, start a new life, and all that. When Dexter comes out of this building, it is now sunlight, and the sun is shining at him. And he tells Deborah, "You know what? You can take the kill, or you can take him in to Miami Metro Homicide. I don't need to kill him." And then they say their final goodbye and hug. And then Dexter says his final goodbye to Harry, who has been his fucking conscience this whole time. And Harry basically says, "You don't need me anymore." And Harry disappears. And then Dexter drives off. You could have ended the series right fucking there, and that would have been a satisfying conclusion. All you would have had to done at that point is play the original theme to Dexter as he drives away. Done. Fucking done. That could have been... Oh, wow, what the fuck's over there? But anyways, that could have been the end of the fucking series. Right there. I mean, it's not the most satisfying ending, but god damn it, it could have been at least a decent ending compared to what we got. And I'm going to get into that. Oh man, am I going to get into that bullshit. I just want to stop the rant right now and say I am so fucking glad that I did not see the end of Dexter when it originally came out at the end of 2013. I would have been even more pissed off. But nope, I saw it on my own time on Netflix. Like I said, if they would have just... Oh yeah, I forgot. This is Bloodborne. I have no fucking shields. You have to just dodge everything. Where was I? Oh yeah. If they would have just ended it there, that would have been not the best ending they could have done, but it would have been... Oh yeah, there's those guys that throw rocks. It would have been a more satisfying ending than what we fucking got, which was basically nothing. And I'll get into that. Okay, so we talked about the way that they could have ended it with the fucking footage they had. They wouldn't even have to have shot anything new. They could have just made a few cuts, and with the footage they had, they could have ended Dexter on a high note rather than not a high note. Oh, I'm probably gonna die. Yeah. I gotta get on some ground. That was just bad. It's hard to do a rant and play a game as hard as fucking Bloodborne. Oh jeez. And then there's a frenzy person. Oh, and I got frenzied. Holy fuck. And I'm still alive. And why am I throwing... I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm fucking dead. Oh my god. Am I gonna get frenzied again? I did. Oh, there we go. All right. That was funny. Okay, so anyways, yeah, like I said, that was how they ended it. That was how they could have ended it, and it would have been satisfying. But nope, we keep going. We keep fucking going. After Dexter leaves, Deborah walks in. There's that shootout I told you about. She gets fucking shot, and then she goes to the hospital, and they're like, "Don't call Dexter, don't call Dexter." And then we finally get the next episode, the final episode, which, as far as I'm concerned, doesn't need to even exist. Okay, all right. So let's go into details of the episode. So okay, so Dexter is in the airport with Harrison. Because Dexter, Hannah, and Harrison are going to live in a different country, preferably, sorry, I can't talk, Argentina. Because they've been talking about it the entire season 8. So anyways, they're in the airport, and then they see a character named Elway, which is the reason why we had the marshal in the first place. Now, Elway is a guy that Deborah used to work for as a shady ass PI because of all the bullshit that Dexter put through. Now, I don't have a problem with the character of Elway. Elway deserves to be in the final episode at some capacity, but they used him in a bumfuck way, and actually, I'll get into why. Oh, I keep dying. It's okay. By the way, if you can't tell by now, I'm just playing Bloodborne while I rant about this shit, so it doesn't matter if I die or not. So, but yeah, so Elway's at the airport, and of course he's looking for Hannah McKay because then he can turn her in because she's a fugitive and make a fuckload of money. I think they said $250,000, which is a lot of fucking money. So. By the way, that was started by Deborah, and that's another thing. Deborah doesn't really take responsibility for that at all, and they just kind of just like, they don't even have her deal with the fact that, you know, she finally warms up to Hannah, even though Hannah tried to kill her. But they don't. There's no resolution of that conflict. I mean, Deborah does not take any fucking responsibility at that point. She just like lets things happen as they are. I guess you could say that she's still bitter about them, Dexter and Hannah, being together and all that, blah blah blah, but yeah, it's just fucking sloppy. Okay, so like I said, getting back to it, despite all the bullshit I've just mentioned, Elway's in the airport looking for Hannah. Hannah spotted Elway off screen. We don't know when. Oh, there's an adversary, so probably gonna get my ass kicked because I fucking hate fighting. Well, I don't hate it. I'm just bad at multiplayer. So most likely I'm gonna die. You know, I might as well get my ass back to where I was so I don't suffer. So I don't have to go very far to get my souls. Okay, well, at least that asshole let me get my souls back. That was fine. Okay, back to Dexter. Dexter is in the airport, or yeah, well, Dexter's in the airport with Harrison. They see Elway. They call Hannah. Hannah's in the bathroom because, like I said, off screen, um, Hannah saw Elway and hid in the women's restroom. Which, like I said, it's kind of a cheap move that they didn't show Hannah actually see Elway. But whatever. So. Anyway, she's in the bathroom. She tells Dexter she saw Elway. Dexter, in true Dexter fashion, gets Elway, gets the cops interested in a backpack he bought. He put a bunch of shit in there. They don't show what he did with any of that, which would have been clever. They could have made him think like he made a homemade bomb. But yeah, so Dexter gets Elway put in. Where'd that fucking adversary go? Maybe he killed himself. I doubt it. I'm just gonna go back here. I wonder if he's still here. We'll find out. Oh no, he left. Okay. Well, whatever. Okay, I'm getting sidetracked. I apologize. This is supposed to be a rant about Dexter, so. Okay, so anyways, Dexter sees Elway. He talks to a flight attendant and says, "Oh, I saw this man leave a backpack, bomb threat or something," and he thought he would report it, so he could get the security guys to talk to Elway, which puts Elway in like a security area where he can't see what's going on, which is fine. It's fine. So, and then he tells Hannah the coast is clear. They work their way through. However, there's a hurricane coming, so they can't fly out. So they missed their flight. They decided on the fly to instead leave by bus, which is fine. Whatever. So that's what they decide on their way out of the airport. Of course, Elway leaves as well. Elway learns during that time that the deputy marshal who got killed by the brain surgeon got killed by the brain surgeon. That's what he learned. So the guy he was teamed up with he's no longer alive. So he's by himself now. And then. God, I don't even want to. You know what? I just saw it last night, and I don't even remember now because I'm just so fucking infuriated. But anyways, so after that, Dexter gets the call that Deborah was shot, even though Deborah did not want Dexter to know that because she knew about the whole situation with Hannah, and they had to leave. So, Dexter gets the call that Deb was shot. So he goes to see Deb, obviously. They have a talk, and he leaves. Now that scene was handled moderately, I guess. It wasn't in pure Dexter form, in my opinion, but it was good enough. It was good enough. Okay, so he went to go see her. And I died, but oh well, that's fine. He went to go see her, and then after that, we get the aftermath of the brain surgeon, because he was shot in the arm. Of course, they decide in this episode to completely rewrite the brain surgeon character. Before he was methodical, never got caught. He was a fucking great serial killer. They totally rewrite his character. Now he's just Killer Man. Now they could have, they probably, the way they could argue that is they could have spun it because everything's falling apart. He was trapped by Dexter. He's just become Insano Man. which I guess is okay, but like I said, just another cop out. Just another way to cop out at the end of the fucking series. Sorry, I stopped. I'm just doing something quick. So yeah. Sorry about that. So anyways, we follow Brain Surgeon. He's shot in the arm. He's bleeding. He doesn't even worry about stopping the blood. He steals a truck and he drives off. We get another cut back. I can't remember what it cuts back to, but it's some mindless bullshit that doesn't matter, obviously. Otherwise I would have remembered it. Or I just don't care, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, and then we cut back to the brain surgeon. He finds an animal hospital where he gets himself stitched up. Now, with all the blood loss he should have had from that gunshot, he should have at least passed out by now. You would think. With the way they cut those shots. But nope. He's totally fine. He just needs to get stitched up so he doesn't pass out. So that's what he does. He gets... Oh, wait. No. Okay, so I remember where Dexter went. Dexter went back to Hannah after seeing Deb. He went back to Hannah to make sure she gets on a bus. And then we cut back to the brain surgeon who gets himself stitched up. He takes the guy that he took hostage to go to the hospital to kill Deb. Okay? Because... Okay, and that's another plot point. Like, how the fuck does he know that... Oh, yeah, the way he knows is from the report on TV that Deborah Morgan got shot. So he's like, okay, I'm going to use this to get back at Dexter. Which... is flimsy, but okay, whatever. And the reason it's flimsy is because there's no way he knew Dexter was still in town and all that, blah, blah, blah. But it works. It's fine. It's fine because he didn't know that Dexter was leaving anyways either. Which he could have easily researched, but whatever. I mean, at this point, he's desperate. So, whatever. Okay, killed those guys. God, why do I keep doing that? I don't mean to keep throwing Molotovs. Okay. Okay, where was I? Oh, yeah, so... The brain surgeon goes back to the goes to the hospital with that guy. Now, this is probably the most clever part of the entire episode, but it's completely wasted because the rest of the episode is fuck all. But okay, so he goes back to the hospital with this guy, gives him a look, a crazy ass psycho look, like a psychopath would. He sends the guy in, and the guy's bleeding. He spits out blood. They put him in a chair, and they're like, why was his tongue cut out? Which was fucking brilliant. He used that guy to bypass security, to bypass all these people. Although, at the same time, Dexter walks in and, says that exact thing that I just said in his head. So Dexter is looking for... Dexter now knows the brain surgeon is there looking for Deborah. And so Dexter tries to find him. He sees the brain surgeon. The brain surgeon comes at him. Now, this is another part where they could have used the brain surgeon in a clever fucking way, but they don't. Angel Batista comes out of fucking nowhere with a gun behind the brain surgeon, and they take him down normally, without anything going down. However, every single serial killer in this situation that has got away from Dexter usually has caught him in a pretty clever way You know, got the serial killer back in a clever way. This, they're like, nope, fuck it, we don't care. So that's what it felt like to me, anyways. Damn, missed that guy. So yeah, they're like, fuck it, we don't care, just capture the brain surgeon. Okay, now what happens after this is their first fucking mistake. Their first mistake, which is, after that, Dexter finds out that the... okay, and let me explain this. Because when Dexter first saw Deborah, and I didn't explain this before, when Dexter first saw Deborah, you know, the doctor came in and was optimistic. Why was the doctor optimistic? Well, because the bullet that hit Deborah didn't hit any vital organs. And let me say that again. The bullet did not hit any vital organs. She also said some bullshit that it bounced around, but it didn't hit any vital organs, which honestly doesn't make any fucking sense. It must have been a magic bullet or something. I don't know. I'm no forensic expert, but that must be a fucking miracle that even happened. Anyways, yeah, so no vital organs. The worst that could happen is she could have lost more blood. And maybe that, you know, that could cause a coma too, but yeah, bullshit. So, anyways, that's my point. That's what I'm getting to. Dexter finds out, that, you know, that, oh, all of a sudden, Deborah went into a fucking coma. And not just a coma, but a vegetative coma, where, you know, they have her on life support, and they're keeping her alive to keep her higher brain functions going. This was their first huge fucking mistake. They should have never put Deborah in a coma, at least for the reasons that transpired up until now. There was no reason for it. I mean, everyone argued against this point. They said, oh, because of how Dexter, you know, Dexter was a killer, so he had to pay for his fucking crimes in some way, which is fine. I get that. You could have chose a better way to do it, though. You didn't have to have Deb get killed. You could have had Deb go through, like one way you could have done this would have been the most obvious way, which also would have been a cop-out, but would have been way better. Where Deborah gets shot, and she finally makes the decision that I need to put my brother down because this is bullshit. I mean, I've covered for his ass so many times, and look what it's got me. And then she could have had a flashback of all the people that died because of Dexter, and just decided, you know what, I'm gonna take fucking responsibility for my brother and just kill him. And that would have been better than what we got, the fucking coma bullshit. Okay, so anyways, Dexter finds out Deb is in a coma. Fucking bullshit, but anyways, okay. And then after that, Dexter just leaves. Well, no, actually, what happens after this point? Oh yeah, okay, Dexter leaves because they caught the brain surgeon. They questioned the brain surgeon. Dexter walks in, you know, and he's all pissed off and basically tries to, you know, he gets very fucking angry at the brain surgeon, you know, chokeholds him and stuff. They have to restrain him. But of course, you know, nothing transpires because of that. And yeah, you can explain away that, I guess, but whatever. But like a few minutes before that happens, you know, he's outside the interrogation room, looking in with his eyes. Now, at this point, you can fucking see in Michael C. Hall's eyes, you can see the character, but you can also see that he knows this episode is fucking bullshit. and he's just at this point taking his money and hitting the road. And I can't exactly blame him. He played the character for 8 seasons, which in itself is pretty fucking difficult for anyone, even if he wasn't, you know, like a normal actor. If he was just doing, like, if anyone did something for 8 years, they, you know, they might not care how it ends. Like, doing anything for 8 years, you might not care how it ends. I mean, obviously, you might want a satisfying conclusion to whatever you're doing, but whatever. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, this poison area. I should just go back and, yeah, go here. But, okay. So, yeah, in his eyes, you can tell. You can just see in his fucking eyes that he's like, God, this is bullshit. What the fuck am I doing? But anyways, yeah. If you're gonna watch the final episode, watch for that scene when they do the profile shot of Dexter looking into the interrogation room. You will fucking see exactly what I'm talking about, or maybe I'm just making it up. I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, so. Okay, so they put the brain surgeon in lockup after that interrogation. So this is the second bullshit thing they do. Okay, so he's locked up. You would think Dexter, with his proclamation in the previous episode, he would just fuck off and go find... Oop, and I died, but oh well. He would just fuck off and go find Hannah and go be with her, which is what he should have done. They could have ended it like that, but whatever. They decided not to. So brain surgeon is in lockup. Okay. And Dexter shows up in lockup and he's saying, "Oh, I just need to do a cheek swab for some bullshit thing." Well, maybe not a bullshit thing, but gotta do a cheek swab. He's already told everyone that he's leaving. He technically has 10 days left, or a week left. But he decides, oh, I gotta kill him, you know. Which does not make any fucking sense based on the previous episode. Now, they could have built it up that Dexter reverted back to his old ways. And they could have made that brilliant. But they just slapped it together and presented it to us. Like, whatever. Anyways, so Dexter goes in because of the bullshit cheek swab reason. He goes into the same cell as the brain surgeon. He sees the fucking camera on the wall that would fucking incriminate him, which I'll get back to that. He sits in front of the brain surgeon, says he's going to kill him with a pen. So they have a struggle. Dexter does kill him with the pen, which was satisfying kill, but ultimately useless based on everything that fucking happened. Oh, I'm going to lose all those echoes, but whatever. Let me just run my ass back here so this... Yeah, just kill me, bro. I don't even care. So anyways, so the brain surgeon, it's kind of comical. Making him think that I'm going to do something. I don't give a fuck. Oh, he returned back to his own world? Really? Oh, okay. Okay. Interesting. That was going to be a whole comedy thing, but whatever. Okay, so... Dexter goes, you know, obviously he just killed the brain surgeon. So they take Dexter to the interrogation room with Batista and Quinn. And they watch the video of him killing him. They both are fucking shocked, which they should be. Especially Angel, because Angel has been like one of the I guess it sounds weird saying this, but one of the goodest characters, or the most good character in the series. like, he's had a lot of fuck-ups, but compared to all the other characters, he's the most good out of all of them. I guess his sister is better, but whatever. But he looks horrified and fucking shocked. And Quinn was kind of shocked, but he's like, whatever, I wish I could have done it myself. And that's basically, Dexter explains it, and Quinn is like, I wish I was there to kill him, which makes sense with Quinn's character, and what happened to Deb. And Angel looks shocked, and he's like, all right, whatever. So they let Dexter go, which is another bullshit thing. Because the whole point, the whole crux of Dexter was him following his code not to get caught. But guess what? He got caught, and there was no fucking consequence for that. Now, why wasn't that the reason why Dexter gets caught? Not the fucking bullshit thing that Deborah got shot and was in a coma, blah, 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 whatever. Fuck you. And when I say fuck you, I say fuck you to the writers. Okay, so they let him go. Now this is where the entire episode just fucking spirals out of control. Everything from this point on is complete bullshit. Okay, so they cut back to Hannah McKay, and she's on the bus with Harrison. Now, Elway shows up out of fucking nowhere. He's like, oh, one of my contacts came through, blah, blah, whatever. Okay, and this scene might have happened a little bit earlier. I don't know. I'm still, like, getting over the bullshit. That is this episode, because it is bullshit. I'm sorry, the people defending this episode, even those people know the episode is bullshit. So, okay, so anyways, they cut back. So Elway basically is on the same bus as Hannah. He's like, when we get off the bus, we're going to go to the nearest Marshall station so I can turn you in and make my money. Anyways, we get to the scene. With them again, where Hannah is sitting on the bus with Harrison. Across from them is Elway, who's going to turn them in for money. So Elway, so Hannah takes out some water. You want some water? She says to Elway, and Elway's like, no, because you poison people. So I'm not fucking drinking your water. Now, it was very slightly brilliant. She pulls out one of Dexter's tranquilizer needles and tranks him, and then, says, this is what you're going to do. You're going to pass out, and you're going to be slightly embarrassed when you wake up. That was just slightly good. Okay. And then she gets away, so the entire conflict that was building up with Elway got resolved in that fucking scene, which is bullshit. But whatever. Like I said, everything... Why do I keep doing that? Everything from now on is just complete bullshit. So that conflict's resolved. We cut back to Dexter. Dexter has... Wow, I've been talking for 43 minutes. Holy shit. Just realized that. Tells you how much I love this series, because it's bullshit what happened. Anyways, Dexter makes it back to the hospital. Goes, everyone's evacuating because of the storm, or the hurricane, I guess. Didn't really get into that, but it's such a minor point. Like, when you watch the episode, that's another thing they just fucking threw in there that was like, whatever, we'll make it a hurricane, But, okay, so Dexter comes back to the hospital. He's looking for Deb, and in the most bullshit move ever, because of the storm and the chaotic nature of Dexter and, him trying to get out of town so he can be with Hannah and Harrison. That's the only way you can explain this next scene, which is complete bullshit. Dexter, he pulls the plug on Deborah's life support. You know, and, you know, he's broken up about it, but he does it. Now, this is where everything just spirals out of fucking control, and the episode is now broken. Why? What? Okay, so if you watch any seasons of, like, you could watch any season of Dexter, it doesn't matter which one, and you would see how much he loves Deborah. Like, he's protected Deborah, he's gotten Deborah back on his side, even after Deborah found out he was a serial killer. All of this, oh, and I died. He did everything he fucking could for Deborah's well-being, even though he did it in a selfish way. But then they throw all that bullshit out the window, including the evolution of Dexter over season 8. They throw all that out the window and like, nope, he's going to revert back to his old ways, going to kill Deborah. Fuck it. I'm sorry to get so angry about it, but god damn it. Yeah. So he kills off Deborah, so obviously Deborah dies, which never needed to fucking happen. Never. It did not need to happen. It was a fucking cop-out. I'm sorry. It was a fucking cop-out. Hear me, writers. If anyone watching this had anything to do with Dexter, you know it was a cop-out. It was a fucking cop-out to kill Deborah. Okay, so I've said that like several times already. So it was a cop-out to kill Deborah. Alright? Okay, so Dexter kills Deborah. Takes her body. Walks out of the hospital while people are evacuating the hospital. No one fucking sees him walk out, of course. Because he puts her body on a gurney and just walks her out of the hospital. Takes her body off the gurney. His boat conveniently happens to be right fucking there near the hospital. Gets on the boat with her body. Goes out into the ocean. Okay. Says a few more words once he gets out. Drops her fucking body off the boat, which I don't even understand what they were thinking at that point. I guess it doesn't matter because the episode's broken. Her body drops in the water. Deborah's gone. And then they just decide in the most bullshit fucking way. And I'm sorry, I'm not playing because I want to explain this. Bullshit way. Dexter has some inner monologue about, okay, well, I just kill everyone around me, so I'm just gonna fucking disappear into this hurricane storm. Okay. So now Dexter has disappeared into the storm. They fade away, which is a bullshit editing move. But anyways, okay. So they fade back into it with a report on the news saying they found some wreckage. They found some boat wreckage on the water, but they couldn't find anyone. All right, and then they cut back to Hannah and Harrison sitting in some random city. They don't fucking explain which city it is. Or maybe they did, and I was just too angry to notice. But she sees on her iPad that, everything that happened, that Dexter went into the storm, disappeared, they couldn't find him. So, obviously, the characters think he's dead. And, and there's no resolution with Harrison at all. Harrison just looks fucking bored. Okay, so... And then they just walk off into fucking CG City. Whatever the fuck city it is. I don't even know, because at this point I'm so fucking infuriated about all the other bullshit that happened. But the CG City, it's just like another layer. It's just like another fucking layer of bullshit. So whatever. So they walk off into the CG horizon. Okay. And then you think the series is over, and then they have another cutscene where they show like some guy driving a lumber truck in bumfuck nowhere. I guess I read later it's supposed to be in Oregon. I don't fucking know where they got that from, because I didn't see Oregon anywhere. Maybe on the plates, but on the license plates, but whatever. So he's driving this lumber truck. This guy is driving a lumber truck, gets out, unshackles his lumber or whatever, and then walks into this building, and you could see it was Dexter with the beard, basically. So he walks into this cabin and sits down and just stares off, and he kind of cries a little. And then it just ends. And that's it. That's the whole fucking episode. And then they just roll credits like they normally do. As if it was a normal fucking episode. But this was your season finale for one of the best shows ever on TV. And that's how it goes out. Fuck it. Ugh. Fuck. Ugh. So yeah, that was the final episode of Dexter, which was complete bullshit. I watched that episode. At the end of it, I was laughing and in utter shock at how bad it was compared to every single fucking episode in Dexter. Yes, Dexter had high notes and low notes, but nothing horrible. Nothing like just so utterly fucking awful that you can tell they just decided, well, it's the end of Dexter. I don't give a fuck anymore, even though I'm a writer getting paid fucking boatloads of money because I work on a show for Showtime, whatever. Fuck this show. Fuck everything we've done. Just throw it out the fucking window. And I know they could explain away all this stuff like, oh, Dexter deserved it. Yeah, that's fine. You could have wrote that episode. But you didn't have to do it in a bullshit way. Any of your fucking arguments against why you could have, why this happened. Any of those arguments are thrown out the fucking window because you did everything in such a disservice to the entire fucking franchise. You did it in such a bullshit, stupid way that your argument for why everything happened, it's bullshit. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. Yeah, and that explains it right there. Just the death you don't fucking care about. So if you've stayed with me this entire time and you haven't seen the final episode of Dexter, I'm sorry for spoiling it for you. But to be honest, you could have ended on the episode right before that and you would have been fine. You would have been fine. You didn't have to see the final episode. You didn't have to go through that bullshit. So, I've been sitting here ranting for about an hour. The last rant I did was a long time ago about how people were hating on Destiny, and then I found out Destiny was bullshit anyways, because the ending was bullshit. But no, I normally don't do rants, because I don't do, I don't do a lot of videos and stuff like that are just random shit like rants and reactions and stuff like that. But this bullshit with fucking Dexter, it hit me so fucking hard. It shocked the hell out of me. Oh, and I'm gonna get killed. I don't give a fuck. But it hit me so fucking hard that I had to talk about it. I had to burden my fucking soul about how bad they fucked this up. And look, there's the writer right there, the writer of Dexter. Oh, and he disappeared. They didn't even have the good nerve to take me, the audience member, out in a satisfying way. They just left like, nope, fuck you. So I know that's not what happened at all, but whatever. You know, and I read later that there were a lot of reports. Michael C. Hall, who played Dexter the entire time, he was like, you know, some interviews he tried to stand up for the writers, you know, saying, oh, Dexter deserved this and blah blah blah. And then in other ones he's like, yeah, I know that the fans think it's bullshit, blah blah blah. And then there were some that said even, you know, he thought it was bullshit. You know, it's funny, in another interview I saw, he said he was in a completely different country when the series finale came out, so he didn't see it. I have a feeling he didn't want to see it on purpose because he knew it was bullshit. He knew he just sold out his entire fucking character just because he wanted to leave with a truckload of money or something. I don't know, whatever. I can't completely blame him for doing that, but yeah. Now, a lot of people said that the actress that played Deborah, I believe her name is Jennifer Carpenter, should have won an Emmy for her performance in the final episode. I kind of agree with that, but since the episode is such bullshit, none of that needed to happen. But yeah, I mean, the way that her character was carried on from beginning to end was satisfying, because that's exactly what Deborah would have done in all the situations that happened. They completely fucked up Dexter, though, because it's not what Dexter would have done at all in that final episode. As for everyone else, the only Batista was okay. So Quinn was handled fine. Masuko was handled fine. Actually, Masuko, I don't think Masuko was even in the final episode. They're just like, fuck him. The captain was handled fine, I guess. Whatever. Matthews, I think his name was. I don't know who the actor's name was who played that guy, but man, he was just fucking furniture, basically. He was just there. The only contribution he has is, no, we're gonna fucking call Dexter. But yeah, so he was fine. God, talking about this final episode has been like getting beat the shit out of by someone and having to relive that for, you know, fucking police officer or something. But yeah. Quinn was handled fine. He was just some angry fucker like, I wish I could have killed the brain surgeon, blah blah. The only character besides Dexter that they fucked up was Batista. Like, yeah, he was in utter shock that it was Dexter who killed the brain surgeon in the way that he did, because it did not support Dexter's story. But they fucked up his character because they just let him go without any consequence at all. Now, of course, people will say, "Oh, it's bullshit." You know, it makes sense because of the evolution of everything that happened. They have such love for Dexter. Of course, they're gonna let him get off and blah blah blah. It's a fucking cop out. I'm sorry to say that. It's a fucking cop out. So, okay. So I've talked about Dexter as much as I want. I had semi-played Bloodborne while I've been doing this, so I think I'm going to end it there because I've said everything I need to say about this bullshit episode that never should have been made. Earlier in the video, I told you where they could have ended it with the footage they had, and it would have been more satisfying than the ending we got. But yeah, so that's basically it. So, fuck. So if you love Dexter, my advice is to watch every episode except the last episode. Do not watch the last fucking episode. That episode, it's such bullshit. It does not need to exist. It does not need to be seen because it will ruin it for you. I am in fucking denial that it exists. So yeah. Okay. So anyways, if you've watched, I'm definitely posting this to YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed my rant. I hope it was entertaining. I hope you have counters to my arguments, although I tried to be as thorough as I could with why I think the final episode of Dexter is bullshit, complete bullshit. But if you have any counters, let me know. I want to hear them. I promise I won't say they're all cop-outs, but, like I said, I explained why all of these things were fucking cop-outs, because they're like, it's the end of the season. Let's just wipe everything out about Dexter, and everything out about the supporting cast, everything out about everything that happened to Dexter. Whatever, just fuck it. That's all I can say. It was fucking bullshit. Okay, guys. Alright. Anyways, I'm going to end it here. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you thought. If you thought anything, or if you liked this video, like it, whatever. But thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next stream.